Hey, Andrew, you've got 2 kids, so we're really curious to hear your thoughts on this next topic. A writer for Scary Mommy says her adolescent son called her the strictest mom he knows because she won't let him have a cell phone. Now, she is proud of this, but for the rest of us, is being called strict an insult or a badge of honor?
Oof. Well, there's context to this because she got him, what is it, Elton John tickets?
Yeah, tickets, yeah.
Which is, that's great.
It's pretty great.
Not for like a kid, right? Like not for a kid. Hey, you're 10. Who do you love? Someone who's 74 is gonna retire soon. I'm not a legend. I get it. I get a legend, right? I get a legend, but you gotta like look at the person you're getting a gift for, right? I just want to say that first. Like, I feel like the context is missed there.
Like they might add it to his disappointment because apparently he was disappointed after that.
It's like,
right? So
It's
maybe
Elton
a gift that
John.
the parents probably got for themselves.
Yeah, look around this room, Mom. Is there a single Elton John item in here? You walked in my room and be like, oh, Elton John, gotta do it. This kid loves I'm Still Standing. Crocodile Rock, let's get this kid going. No. I know better. I love Elton John. I know better than that. So the strict badge of, I think I would rather be a parent that used the badge of honor if I'm a good communicator with my kid. And so I think like strict, you can be strict in a lot of areas. I'm strict with certain things, but I'm also lenient in other areas.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be strict in everything, right? So like, I think it's about having that relationship with your kid to parent to their needs. Because I think by putting arbitrary rules that like are the same for all kids doesn't work. And I think the parents here know that different rules work for different kids. My firstborn is an angel, right?
How old's your firstborn?
8.
Okay.
He will do nothing wrong. He's such a good, he just will,
Good firstborn.
Good firstborn. Secondborn, bonkers. Like literally when we go to the beach,
How old is the secondborn?
He's 5.
Okay.
And I literally have to say to him, please don't fight the birds. Because one time I looked away and I looked back and he was trying to fight a bird on a beach. And so I think that for different kids, you need different rules.
Yeah.
My gosh,
Yeah.
my brain is still stuck on fight a bird.
I know, it's hilarious.
Something like, how are your kids in grocery stores? Because this is where I sort of feel like I'm a wilderness journalist in the wild, and when I see a strict parent nowadays, it's like spotting a wild bird, a very rare bird. And you're like, oh my gosh, they still exist. When you see like a parent being like, guess what, Ricky, you're not getting the chocolate bar. Like, you're not getting it. Like, or that's a lame example, but I find that more often than not, as a non-parent, that I'm seeing less strict parents when it comes to small stuff like that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think about that because I bring my son. I've never had that dilemma, and I always have wondered about that dilemma. If it's your
tantrum?
kid, a tantrum at the checkout line, if it's the kid is more tantrums, like your bonkers secondborn, and they're more inclined to just make a scene, or if it's that at one point in time you did it once, because I've never done it, and so Jaya never asks. It's like a non-negotiable.
Gave in?
Yeah, I never gave him a chocolate bar during checkout, so he's never in his life asked. Anyway, I leave that there. I think it depends on what we define as strict. Like, what do we mean by strict? Like, what do you think? Like, when you think of strict parent beyond this, like setting boundaries around a cell phone, sure, I think that's fine. But like, when you think of strict, I think of like heavy-handed sort of like the way that I was raised. I'm glad my parents are out of town. Well, I mean, I think it can end up, listen, in the end, we turned out okay. But I think that arbitrary, rigid rules can actually blow up in your face. I think it also
I'm
sends
still
a
in therapy
message
because of it.
Yeah, it sends a message also to trust authority and trust rules no matter what without having any discernment. I think that's a terrible lesson. I think it teaches kids how to be incredible liars as well. Like, let's be honest.
To get around the rules,
Yeah, I mean, quickly, I was raised by a very, very strict Portuguese military man. He literally would say the words, I am the sergeant and you are my soldiers. Straight up.
Wow.
That's strict. Corporal punishment, which was not uncommon in our day. That was actually normal. So I was and then there was a magic number in my house. It was 18. You were a child to live under the strict rules of the house until you turned 18. And up until 18, I couldn't have sleepovers. Even when I got my license, I was forbidden to drive any of my friends because my dad has a saying, you can break your nose, but you can't break somebody else's nose. Like, he had all these sayings. There was no such thing as allowance. I had to work for every penny. I had to work for gas money, all these things. But I'm gonna tell you something. As crazy as some of that stuff was, it seemed extreme even in that time. I look around at the friends that I knew had real, like, lax rules in the house. Thank God my parents raised me the way they did. Because my friends, a lot of them, not doing so great. Just gonna say. And what I say by that is having trouble with rules and structure and self-discipline and carrying through and follow through. Not everybody. And so yes, it's not perfect the way that I was raised, but I'm real happy today. I wasn't happy then, but I'm real happy today.
Yeah.
You know, we've solved it. We've solved it.
Hey there, wasn't that great? Do you know where you can find some equally good content? Our YouTube page. It's filled with discussions, debates, and some laughs. Head there now, like and subscribe.